Now the number of bonding electron is equal to 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 4, 8, 8 plus 2, 10. Anti-bonding electron is equal to 2 plus 2, 4. So the bond order comes out to be 3. But it is N2 plus. Now look, the last electron has entered into bonding molecular orbital. So electron will be removed from here. Hence you will get anti-bonding. In the case of this, the number of anti-bonding electron will be equal to 4, but the bonding electron will be equal to 2 plus 2, 4 plus 2, 6 plus 2, 8 plus 2, 10. Instead of 10, 9. And the bond order will come out to be 2.5. In order to answer such questions, you remember the configuration of oxygen molecule. In the case of oxygen molecules, the last electrons are in the anti-bonding molecular orbital and the electronic and the bond order is 2. Now you correlate. If he asks O2 plus, means the anti-bonding electron is being removed. Whenever the electron is removed from anti-bonding molecular orbital, the bond order increases by half. Whenever the electron is removed from the bonding orbital, the bond order decreases by half. If it is removed from anti-bonding, I once again repeat, if it is removed from anti-bonding, there will be increase in bond order by half. If it is removed from bonding, the bond order will decrease by half. Now I have told you, higher the bond order, greater is the bond energy, that is a bond strength. Let us see a question. Which of the following has maximum bond strength? I have just now told you, in the case of oxygen, the bond order is 2 and the electron enters into anti-bonding molecular orbital. Minus, it means the electron will again pair in the anti-bonding molecular orbital and the bond order will decrease by 0.5. O2 plus, electron is being removed from anti-bonding molecular orbital, means the bond order will increase by 0.5. O2 2 minus means 2 electrons has been added, that too in the anti-bonding orbital. One electron being added, bond order decreases by 0.5. Here it will decrease by 1. So maximum bond strength means maximum bond order, which is O2 plus. Now the number after molecular orbital approach, there exists a force of attraction between the molecules also. In day-to-day life also you find that there is not only attraction within the members of the family, but between two different families also. Here the same is the case. The force of attraction is between two different members, between two different families, between one water molecule and the other water molecule. The intermolecular force of attraction can be a hydrogen bond, it can be a van der Waals force of attraction, it can be a covalent bond also. Basically covalent bond is molecular force of attraction, otherwise it will be in the giant molecules. Regarding hydrogen bond, you must remember one thing in mind, that hydrogen bond can exist only if, number one of the atom is highly electronegative, number two, this highly electronegative atom has a lone pair of electron, number four, it is bonded to hydrogen atom. So hydrogen bond exists only with oxygen, fluorine and nitrogen. Now the question is, how many hydrogen bonds are there with each water molecule? Let us draw the structure of water. Each water molecule is bonded to 4 other water molecules by hydrogen bonds. So the answer will be, there are 4 hydrogen bonds. He can ask you this question in other form also. How many hydrogen bonds are present in the case of water on each oxygen atom? You see, oxygen is bonded to 2 other water molecules by hydrogen bond. Or he can ask, hydrogen is bonded in the case of ice. Then you can answer on one side by a covalent bond, on the other side by a hydrogen bond. So don't just see the stem and answer the question. Please read the stem very carefully, because the same question can be asked in different ways, resulting in different answers. So this is the drawback of doing too many multiple choice questions. Without reading this stem, you just recall, oh, this question was there, okay, this is the answer.